Okay, so good morning, class. Welcome to our ITDB 401 Advanced Database Techniques. Before we jump into our new topic, I just wanted to show you some new features of Oracle Apex 20.2 as for your information. Though it's not included from our outcomes, but it could be also a best practice once that we're seeing some new features added to Oracle Apex. So we used to work with the 20.1 from the start of the semester. Now it runs with the 20.2. So all you have to do is to jump into the Oracle Apex, apex.oracle.com website, and of course you will be seeing this one, and it's saying this in the big caption, build enterprise apps 20 times faster with 100 less code. So we don't take this one as like pretty much you're totally not working with the code, but you have seen that uh, this code is can be done on the side of the Oracle, but the customizability is still there though, right? You could start saying other features directly from see what's new in 20.2, right? Anyhow, it's a nice informative website that basically this will also updates you every time that they are also giving some updates or enhancement from their platforms. So let me jump into this see what's new in 20.2. So there you go. See all new cards components. So these are now added within the Oracle Apex. And this new cards is pretty mm, common nowadays in most of the applications, right? And even some other website is also having this kind of features. These all card components will unlock a powerful way of presenting your data. So literally, it's also linked to your database or schema, but you have an ultimate control of flexibility over the user's interface. So just like this one is also a kind of a region or a card region, which we can also customize by adding some snaps or pictures or images. Basically, this one is like done by an advanced HTML with with the application of this card user interface. You can also customize the layouts. You can also have some different appearance or some icon badges or even some YouTube or media or pictures, or it depends on how you express your support from the client side. So which means if your users are only dealing with some informative way of showing your data, it's a kind of different presentation, but it's still literally it's a typical query coming from your table that you have only put them in a different aspect, just like different variations of showing you this information will looks like pulling out from your database. So which means you can also include any number of actions over here. Actually, you can even add some buttons or links, and there will be a dialog box will appear or a floating page within this one. But even as simple as writing like hyperlink within your cards. So actually, this new all cards components is you can see all some other features of these cards. Of course, automations are there. A faceted search enhancement. It is pretty cool. When I first saw this one in in one of the uh, presentation of Oracle Apex, this is a kind of search engine, but it will enhance you the way you showed up your presentation. I mean your data in the different presentations. So look at this. So this is an example. So faceted search enhancement, meaning to say you have a lot of capability of searching as per key, and you can categorize them as per you are working with your cards. And whenever you are selecting those card can be in a like a chart, or in a Pi or and in so many more actually. This is are all kind of customized because the input field facet type is it's also has a type of different support that you can compare the user that you can enter even your value over there. Right. So printing is also it's also a part of this because you can also has a built-in of PDF downloading into PDF or even in Excel download. Anyhow, it's already there. But this is still a part of new APIs if you are applying with the new features like card. So you can also download in Excel and go jump to your interactive report or your classic report, or even sending through an email. It's over there. So there are so many enhancement integration with this card because most of the Oracle experts, analytics, they want to publish their data in a different fashion. All right. So other than that, of course, there are some new APIs, just like I said, right? And this is the apex underscore region dot export underscore data. And this one can be also be programmatically generate directly within your Oracle Apex. Or otherwise, you can also even write a PLSQL that if you want to jump into this API. These are built in pretty much like a command or functions that's already embedded there. Or more languages there and REST data source synchronization. Right. I think I have seen one of this example, I believe so. Um, I think I have already opened that one. Oh yeah, this one. They have some examples of the cards, basic cards like this. Yes, this is just only for your informative information. Don't worry, this is not a part of our outcomes. So look at this. It's a typical cards, right? So this is a typical that we're pulling out the EMP database or EMP table from our Oracle Apex. So you can see this is the basic cards and comes with maybe the employee name is mentioned there and then his or her position, right? Pretty much you can see there. There are also some different uh, variations like full card action. Okay, one second. Other actions over there. Say, for example, I will go to full card action. Say I would king. See, it still we're getting the equivalent report with a form or form with a report, right? Form with a report. So just like this one is your report, and then if you click one of these information, of course, it will show up your form, right? So though, of course, just like I have shown you before, the dynamic action that the buttons of delete and creating a new is not there at the moment. This is just only for demonstration, right? I want to see some more other features like in the cards with the media. This is the most interesting part though, right? It's so beautiful. So which means this added some media, and this media could be a picture, just like I have told you, right? We might be adding some pictures within your Apex within the week, and just to add some other user interface functional. It's not even a functionality, just only an added flair for your websites or web apps. So if I click this king and view, there will be hovering of once again the form. So those are anyhow it's optional, right? And let's see the other one, which is a data REST data sources. There you go. This is one quite interesting of working with uh, a link to another third-party apps like a YouTube. So see, if I click this one, definitely this will play. But you might not be hearing it there from your MS team, right? You can go through with this because they will provide you some new features. But I think this is only their highlights at the moment, which means they really added this kind of feature that you can add it from your application. And then this kind of features could be like running through a typical mobile application features, and which means this time in our outcomes, so almost completing the outcomes. What we will only added with a quick application of the theme is working on our theme roller. Okay, so now let's jump to our application then. All right. Suppose this is our application. If you still remember, right? We have the staff application, and other than that, of course, you wanted to change this coloring or some icons individually, but otherwise there are also some built-in themes on within this application. If I will show you this, actually, I will edit this page at the moment, and let me jump it to the application ID before I show you the quick selection of the roller theme. In the shared components, right, we have here the user interface or the UI, right? The UI. Every single page, icons, items page levels are having their own interface attributes technically. So this one is basically it's also formatted into an HTML along with them with some CSS capability of features like cascaded style sheets. So if I jump it to this user interface attributes, you will find some information that links to your application at the moment, right? See, so which means later we can also manage to deploy how to deploy your application by sharing your URL. But this one, some attributes will show if then users will choose the theme style. So it's technically it's by default it's off, or with the build with Apex footer, so it's also off. And this one is also the URL home, which is every time we are running to that application. And once that we are logged in and authenticated by your user, otherwise you will still jump into the home. But if either you're using a customized authentication scheme, this will come up to your login URL because you have already authenticated. So by default, every time that you're creating a new application, we're using this universal theme. It's quite very popular, just like what you've seen this one actually. This color schemes is an actual universal theme that name as a theme Vita. Yeah, find Vita. There are some other options over here, right? Vita, Vista, Vita Dark, Vita Dark New, Vita Red, and Vita Slate. Right. You can actually change the themes directly from this user interface global settings actually. But later there will be another much more better options to do that one, right? So we have also some navigation menu. You might be thinking, is it all the time, teacher, that if we're creating an application, there will be a navigation? How will I disable this? There, now you can see that you can disable the navigation menu. If you just feel want to make a uh, full page that comes with some hyperlinks, or maybe other than the navigation, you have some menu within that page. So pretty much you're customizing your UI. You can also have an option to turn off or not to display the navigation. So this one will not be there. It looks like this, right? So that's it. Also, we can also do that navigation list, or other if you have desktop navigation, you have also desktop navigation bar. The other one is menu, the other one is bar. So maybe this will be also shown on the top of your page. If you are setting in the position on the side, this is basically on the side. You can also change it through a top, right? So which means it will fall on here on the top one. So you have a full access of customizing your application within these attributes of user interface. You know, this is already options that the default templates are there, right? And some other settings over here, right? Now, suppose I don't want to jump here in this shared components, right? But you rather want just to see how it looks once that I'm changing. But at the moment, you are not taking effect, right? So later we will jump to that application and then see from ourselves. So other than user attributes, we can also jump to the themes. And you can see now the different themes that offers by 20.2. By the way, this is now version of 20.2. See here at the lower rightmost side of your screen, it's already 20.2. Right? So those new features that I have shown you, particularly on cards, are already here actually in this workspace or in this platform, because we are now already 20.2 version. Right? So going back to the themes, and this is now your default theme, universal theme with a star 42, right? So if I want to jump into this one, actually, you can see more details within this theme. And what are those? Same thing that you're seeing on a typical HTML file and some other components, basically, right? See, each one of those themes have their own equivalent default templates, though we can also customize them one by one. But you can see here at the bottom, you can see that even the bottom, small sequence, small button success, button stretch, and all, even the fields are all having a default template that only when you selected that universal theme. So region also, they're small, right? There are so many actually. But the thing with this is we can also work with more customizing by either by changing once again the themes. We have different style, redwood light. We will try this redwood light later, because I heard that this is a new theme, and we'll see how it looks though. Though we can try also some other, like Byte dark view. It's also a new one. All right. You can see also the uh, a typical cascaded style sheets. It's also can be downloadable. So every time you pull out this, apply this kind of universal theme, particularly in Baita, you are getting all the style sheets, cascaded style sheets of mostly of your fonts, right? And everything this will find the same as what the default of your style sheet will do. Even these fonts that's showing to your grids or your interactive report, even the fonts that's showing within the forms, right? They are all adapted to this MIME type, which is a cascaded style sheets. So you can even download this one and then you can apply it somewhere else actually, because this is a typical CSS CSS code that you can normally see in an embedded HTML file, right? Now let's jump it now to our application. If I don't miss from the themes, otherwise we still have one left here, the templates. Okay, we'll see the templates, right? See, I have already updated some of which every time you are changing some items or item page level within your application. You can see 6 days ago, I have changed the breadcrumb 6 days ago, right? I changed the icons, but otherwise, I'm just only applying this one within your applications, right? Even the list wizard, right? So pretty much almost a week though. So these templates actually, you can also what do you call this one? Customize it though. Let's say let's go to the standard report. If I there's only one reference there, which is this is applied, which is I selected this one. If I click this standard one, or maybe this page though, this reference, this number. All right, it's not showing. Let's see, where's that one? Okay, only those references that comes with a number, meaning you have number of page that you have applied to that one. Say, for example, for this region of login. All right, this can be still be customizable by, see, look at this, by editing the template of a typical HTML. So you can still change. Actually, you can still write over here as you wish. You can still write here, and then you can later on you can update, save that one, and it will take effect. So You might be thinking that this is a pretty much less code. Indeed, yes, indeed, because they will not even bother you to ask you to work on this kind of HTML. But technically, you have also full privilege of doing that. Just like what I'm doing actually. If I don't want only to stick with the default themes that Oracle Apex is providing me, I am jumping directly here, and then I want to add maybe University of Technology. Used to be a Salala College of Technology. I want to change my title of my application, and then instead of the SCT before, now I will write UTAS. So I can write it over here, and I can also apply those attributes settings on that particular class or particular HTML tags, right? So it's pretty neat, right? So which means you still have an options of debugging the HTML, just like this one from the home page. You can directly write anything from here, and then every single template that you have save or update, and all those application page that you have update, it will show over here, right? Which means no need to jump it one by one to each page. So which means automatically, because you have already selected that particular template, you have only selected that particular example for this menu bar, but we don't have menu bar, by the way. Say for example this link list, right? Every time this linked list will come onto your application, it's already been customized because I wrote some update some other codes or HTMLs within here, right? So if this is a bit tedious for you, of course, I'm not recommending you to jump over this shared components, particularly on the templates user interface that you are modifying. So just we'll jump in directly from the application, and let's see how this roller, I mean the theme roller, will interact within your applications. You can see here at the bottom right side of your application, make it sure that you are currently logged in as from your workspace. Definitely this won't appear there if you are not currently logged into your workspace. We have here a theme roller. We have some other options over here. Oh, no more. So if I click this theme roller, there will be a dialog box will display on your screen. There you go. See? Right. So you can even go jump to the style, or even just putting some logo on it. Right. Even you can see it's normally text come here. Stop application. So you have an option together with an image only or image and text. So this is might be another part of your development, especially for those who are gonna be working with your course project. So this is a good option also. But anyhow, this should be done on the last stage of your development. So which means most of your processes, some services came up with your system analysis approach had been put on place. So this was just but a part of kind of beautification of your application though. Let me jump first to your theme style. So if you want just to play along with this one, because the styles currently is the Vita, you just want only to see how it looks. If I selected the, or let's say, let me jump to the home first. Okay, this is my home. Okay, I want to see, okay, for now, no problem. Because I thought I have shortcut here in the home. Okay, let's see how the redwood light looks like. All right. Wow, nice. I don't know what is this this image at the bottom though. So it definitely changed, right? Some different highlight came out here, some green, and the redwood light style is, I think, it's a new one though. But we are not yet setting this one as a current, because the moment you have choose already, you can just click the set current, or meaning you can even customize some other settings later on. Let me jump to by the dark. Okay, this is cool though. This is kind of black blue combinations. And if you want to further enhance though, you can even change some settings over here. See? we have still some other settings that you can change. But the thing is, you have to save this one so that you can just jump into this with your own settings. Because if you save as this one, it will ask you for your copy name, or let's say Hansel, right? Suppose I change some settings over here. Now you can see from my team logo now, the moment I mean team style, Hansel is there, but it's totally copied from the BytaDart, but it's a bit customized, right? And say, for example, let's see some other themes. You can see the automatic roller is this roller capability. It's not a new one actually. It's been here for quite some time. Maybe when they jump into 18.1 of Oracle Apex. So they have added this kind of features. Right. So I think there's not much difference for this. Or VitaRed. Okay, definitely the red touch and the white is there. Suppose you want to set this current settings though. It's quite easy though. Let's jump into the redwood light. And since this is a new one, let me set as a current. The selected theme is now application current theme. So let me just, all right. So say for example, let's see if it really has a default one. Let me run it once again. And there you go. Right? And you can see that a typical design. And anyhow, we don't have shortcut at the moment here, but maybe there will be also a small touch of variation there. Right? So pretty the same, only changing the color icons and some other settings of colorings over there. There you go. So now you have seen the theme roller, and it's quite easy only to work on because basically it's just like adding uh, uh, a kind of beautification on your user interface, right? There you go. So at least this one is not much because you just only have to apply one of these if this question will come up to one of the question there in your final exam, right? So which means even in your mini course project, mini project, you can also apply as you wish. You can also apply this different teams environment. So let me just select one more application that we have created from this workspace with probably with the work, probably with
Master, we have to make updates for the application for the site,
mm,
or if we open, it
no
will
need.
be automatic.
Automatic, no need. Just set current, set as
Mm-hmm.
current. That's it.
Okay.
You're good. Right. No need to refresh. I just showed you up if in case it will not be take effect. But no need to update, no need to save. Automatically it will be set as current. If you click the set as current. All right. So let me just try to run another one. If we can apply also
No, I mean the features of the application. It will
features still.
automatically show.
Of course, all the things
Mm.
that we have done, they're still the same, still intact. We're only touching the UI, all right? We're only changing the theme, literally the theme only, by the way. The features still intact. Don't worry. Don't be afraid of changing this design. Maybe you might mess up with your forms, reports. No, no, it's still the same. Even the way you put them in organization where the region will put in place. Don't worry, it's there still be intact. Okay, let me try to run one of these. I don't know what is this, and it's likely it's my Oracle Apex credential. And let's apply. I want to see the shortcut from the page and how this will also take effect. If I have some shortcuts over here, pretty much I don't have also as well. All right. Maybe one of the application done by the students. Okay. Say Mana. Let's see.
Yes.
Yes. Let me check. Let me just try some of your application that you have created. All right. Department forms. Okay. Still the same. Okay. Let's try to. Okay, let's try to work with a roller, right? And let's look for a Vita red, all right? And then not save as, but set as current, right? Set as current, and selected team is now running on as a current team. So automatic it will refresh, and there you go. Right. It's a bit touch of red and white, of course. Right. So at least now you have seen it how to apply this kind of um, very interactive way of changing the themes, right? All right. So which means now we're onto this kind of application. Say for example, the same thing. I think this employee came from employee. What do you call this one? Employee M table, I believe so. All right. Say I will edit this page, and if I could add that new, I'm very fascinated with that card. I want really to try it actually. And let me just added some blank region over here, static region, maybe here at the bottom, maybe here, right? Let's try to, I want really to see this one, this new feature. I will make this one as card, all right? And I think I have seen it already there, cards. You cannot only see there at the bottom. Oops. Let me just pull out these cards and click the direct select this as a sub-region. All right, now I have now a new card. I will just name this one as M card. And let's select a new table for that one. So we'll just randomly see the M's if still there. There's so many employee table there. I don't know who is this M1 though. Um, okay, just randomly. Hopefully it will work fine now. So let's save this one and no other settings will be there. Okay, it's not working anyhow. I need to see that particular table first. Let's see if I could check out one amp table. Maybe probably amp1. No, not this one. Or probably mana also. All right, mana underscore employee. Okay, let me just delete that one once again. Right, let me just add one more cards. This is directly from our page designer. And then let's select that mana table, which is employee. All right, save this one, but let's see if there are still some other needs to be done though. Let's see how it looks then. Okay, so which means I'm not yet pulling out the basic card though, and pretty interesting actually. It's even, this is first time I have seen this, and I'm just only playing along with this, how this new features will do. But it seems it wasn't there though. But if let's try to create a new page, a new application, and this app with cards. Okay, let me just add page. Oh yeah, there's a card there. And okay, this is employee. I'll name this one as employee. I will select the same table from Mana. That is this one. Okay, there's a grid option, there's a float option, and there's an horizontal options. All right, and the title column will be based upon the table schema, of course. And say, for example, the title column will be, let's say, employee number. Body column is maybe a number. Icon initial column, say, for example, hire date. And badge column is department
It's
number.
empty hire date. I think change to another one.
Sure. Good thing that you have checked it though. Okay, let's try someone else, hopefully.
So
Try
I
some.
think we leave it empty, the hire date.
Okay.
So choose another column. Maybe.
The hire date only.
Yes,
Only the
yes.
hire date. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay. We leave it empty. I think, I don't know if
Salary, maybe. Yeah.
salary will do. It doesn't matter. At least but you have data there, right? In your
Yes,
table.
yes. It's
At least the employee
that.
number is a manager. Okay,
Yeah.
leave it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just select salary first, just to see how it looks then. At the page, we just selected the grid, and okay, let's hit the create application. And of course, first time we're going to log in our micro expression credential. And then let's apply the Redwood theme for this. Okay, now I believe this is the shortcut. And if I click this one, all right, beautiful. Of course, this is the basic one though. And I think we have only selected, what do you call this one? Employee number, right? It's not the name even. Right. If I will going to select the team roller, and really I want to see this redwood light will take effect. All right, now that's why it's quite beautiful. So this is what I wanted to show you up. Right, because I have seen this one in one of the video YouTube given by Oracle Apex. So the redwood light will take effect also each one of those cards. And imagine if we have some logo here or some pictures, images here, and some description at the bottom. You can pull out that one from your database, and it's so beautiful. So that's it. I will set this one as current one. All right. So there you go. So this is now, we'll just complete our team roller at the moment. But of course, this card is not included, okay, in our outcomes at the moment, because these are just recently added new features. Otherwise, if you could add this one, don't worry, even from our list of our requirements from our mini project, and then beyond that one, you have done something else, why not? You can add on also some other features, which we haven't even included from our Oracle Apex, if you have ample time, okay? If you have ample time. So now this time, let's see how this application will going to be deployed. Normally, you are seeing this Oracle that or apex.oracle.com in the URL, along with this such what do you call this one, URL sessions and URL parameters. All right. If you are under my course before in web application database security, I have taught them how to identify this part of the URL, including those paths, the domain name, and the attributes and settings that will include from the deployment. That's why most of the hackers really works within this URL tampering. But definitely Oracle Apex will not allow you to do so, because it's very strict and very strong encryption when it comes to their URL parameters. Okay, let's see how to deploy this one. Okay, it take effects now. I will edit the application page number. All right, now if you're now within your application number, you can see here the edit application properties here at the rightmost part of this application number. So edit application properties. And the most important first things you have to know that you are also providing a default alias, right? What I mean to say that this default alias can be also be fixed, but these aliases actually it's also unique. If there are already aliases have been done by some other else, some other websites, especially if running within the World Wide Web, it will not allow you, right? Even they are also created within Oracle Apex. So you remember this app dash with dash cards, or let's say, um, Mana, is this yours? Is this yours? This application, if you still remember? Anyhow, okay. Let's. I will
I
name a
don't know.
different. Probably not. Okay, let me
Mm.
just write another alias and make it sure that alias is unique. That alias is unique. Okay, let me just make it. Mm, okay, let's say make it shortcut. App app cards. Anyhow, it's not case sensitive though. App cards. All right. All right. This alias will be later on will be applied as a parameter f question mark p equals to this name, and I'll show you later how to write that one later on. And we have some friendly by default friendly URL, and I'll show you once that we will not this one make us a friendly URL, right? And some icons are there, of course. Okay, just for the record, I'll just make it app cards. Okay, apply changes, right? Okay. Now I will open up one page. I will just write it the Oracle, Apex Oracle website slash PLS slash Apex F question mark P equals to, what is that one? Apps card? See, I forgot. What is this? Okay, app cards. So what will I do at the moment is I'm just writing it here, right? So that you can see it clearly. Okay, just open up a web. Technically, it's HTTPS, the colon double slash. Okay. Now, what will I do is, you remember I wrote there the alias app cards with S, I believe. Yes, app cards. And this is the complete URL of our application. HTTP uh, colon double slash apex.oracle.com slash pls slash apex with f question mark p parameters equals to app cards, which is particularly your what do you call this one? It's your alias. Okay. The best thing with this is let me check first if it runs though. It to that URL. It works fine, right? It's better now. I need to log out my workspace, right? Because why? Because I'm still getting these tools at the bottom there. Okay, once again, now I'm currently logged out, right? Now once again, copy paste, and you can now deploy your application directly, even using your mobile phone. So look, I'm now logging in, and no need to go directly from the workspace. And I'll just write it here, my credential. And I'm done. See? So which means I don't have tools at the bottom. And now I'm getting along with my new cards. This is the one I want to see there. So pretty much it's like it's a mobile app, and it will show you like this in stock mode, right? And if I click one of these, oh, there's no hyperlink. So we didn't make that one at the moment. Right. I forgot to show you the settings of with form and report. Okay. Anyhow, that will also will complete how to deploy your your application. But you have noticed that the friendly URL is there. Technically, it was different now from the URL that I have showed you. Wait. But no issue with that one because we have a default URL friendly. See, if after login, this is the new added path in the when you set as a friendly URL, there will be the name of your what do you call this one, workspace, and just added some path R, and this is the alias, right? And of course, after this, these are the sessions after login. These are the sessions. Otherwise, you can only see in this one randomly because these sessions tokens are all encrypted, right? So which means I think this will run like the same what I have shown you on the top with upcodes. Hopefully only upcodes. Maybe like this only. Let's see here if it works. Let me log out for log out, sign out. Okay, now I will just paste without f question mark p. Without f question mark p equals parameter. I think it works, right? So which means my session has been terminated. Now we can also work with this kind of URL, like this one. Instead of writing it the parameter f question mark p, right? You can also write the same way I have shown you this. Almost similar until apex. Instead, we write this parameter f equals f question mark p equals to upcodes with this new, what do you call this one, alias. So we'll just only add the new name. I mean the name of your workspace. I don't know what's the meaning of R here, but it's still a part of the URL and the name of your alias. But I think I found this is quite easy though, right? So same thing what I have developed, just I'll show you uh, the application that most of the teachers are using. I'll just go to SOS. I have I have only deployed them this. Oh wait, I'm sorry. This is Oracle. I know Apex. Okay, Apex Oracle slash PLS slash Apex slash F question mark P equals to SOS. Right, there you go. So there, this is the system I have created for the teacher. All right. Oops. So, okay. I forgot my username now. All right, there. So, logging in as Mr. Hansel Del Santos as a lecturer. And of course, I can see all my students' courses, by the way. There's ITDB 401, ITNT Logic Design, Section 1 and 2. So really, it's kind of application that most of you, especially students, you could head head start with Oracle Apex, master Oracle Apex, because really this is your specialization. And I'm not telling that this is just because of our course. We're studying this. Look, I have developed this system that it's been there for almost 7 years. It was 2013, and until now, mashallah, most of the teachers are still using this system just to encode all the assessments and print out the respective, uh, of course, what is that one? Course result analysis and acquire the signature from our respective HOD. And before that one to enter from the ministry system, and everything should be put on this database. So I can track all the previous academic years of all your data, whatever courses you have there before and your respective courses marks as well. So it was a very powerful application. See, I'm not good into designing of the user interface. I just barely I just barely selected this dark byte, I believe so, or maybe slate. But the most important part here that the features, the functionalities really allow you to work much more control compared to those other high end, or I mean other application that you are developing, such Android, ASP.NET, maybe some of or even Java. If you found that one much more kind of tedious to work on, or PHP as well, anyhow you can also work whatever this program had been developed to different platforms within Oracle Apex, right? So there you go. So this will just complete first our users interface and how to deploy it. And I might be giving you some other time also to work with your mini project. Okay, just for the record, I'll just turn off the recording and download your attendance. Okay, Mariam, both Mariam still not around. Okay, let me just download your attendance. Okay, and
Star Mariam Al Hadari, the internet connection is cutting for
okay,
her. They
okay,
send
just
pictures that come out from,
okay,
yeah.
no issue. Anyhow, most of you knows already that this is a recorded session. All right, let me just stop the recording. All right.